If you're someone who's always dreamed of what it might be like to be a hobbit living in the Shire, well, you're not alone. Far from it, actually. And this event is all about bringing those people together to experience just that.
Well, hello, my gentle hobbits, and welcome to the Brandywine Festival!
This festival is a gathering of hobbits from far and wide for a time of celebration. And a bit of friendly competition in the Four Farthings games. With so much merriment, it's easy to make friends. Even with a few unexpected ones. But with rumors of ruffians nearby, you might find yourself in a little bit of mischief. You can venture with your fellow hobbits to uncover mysteries. And you'll certainly come back with some stories to tell around the campfire. This event is truly like no other. So gather round and let me tell you the tale of my journey to the Brandywine Festival. Alright, I got my Hobbit-y fit on, I have my iced coffee in a tankard. I think we're ready to go. First off, I should introduce myself. Hello, I am Jess. I make silly little crafting videos here on the YouTube, but occasionally I do make some videos about me going on adventures and playing giant games of pretends with a bunch of other grown adults. Also known as that nerdy thing called LARPing. I know, really painting myself as a cool person right off the bat, huh? And today I'm going to be talking about a very special event that I just went to called the Brandywine Festival. It is a 4-day, fully immersive, live-action roleplay Hobbit-themed event.
Pull out my so white and drink.
So the Brandywine Festival takes place in this gorgeous farmland in Kentucky. And during those 4 days, you are fully camping, dressing, eating as if you are hobbits living in the Shire. Basically, this was my dream LARP, but also is actually the only official Lord of the Ring events like this because it was put on in partnership with Middle-earth Enterprise and Berkshire, who are the ones who put on like the largest LARPs in the world over in Germany.
Over the next few days, we are going to experience what it is like to be hobbits in an all-new way. It has been a serious year of work for this team to bring this to life, but it would not be possible without every single one of you, so give yourselves a round of applause! For a lot of you who may not be aware of it, is that Tolkien had a childhood friend, a Mr. Ian Burnett. And Ian was from this area of Kentucky, specifically lived in Mercer County for a period. Tolkien had this land in mind and stories from Ian from his childhood that inspired him to write about the hobbits the way he did.
So the story of this event actually takes place right after Frodo and his friends have left the Shire to, start the journey of the Lord of the Rings. So it is still a nice, peaceful time in the Shire, and hobbits from all over are traveling to attend the Brandywine Festival, and one of the main events of this festival is to compete and to cheer on their fellow hobbits in the Four Farthings games.
You've all come from far and wide, but why don't we figure out exactly who's representing who? So, on the count of 3, everyone shout out where you came from. 1!
You're terrible at directions!
We'll put some counting into the games, why don't we?
Now, don't worry, even though this is an official Lord of the Rings event, you do not need to know all the Tolkien lore that there is to know. The only information that they really recommend that you know beforehand is just knowing which part of the Shire your Hobbit is from. Because, oh yeah, while you are there, you are playing a Hobbit character. That's right, to go on this vacation, you need to make a Hobbit Sona. You can make whatever kind of character that you want for this event, as long as they're a Hobbit. You can't randomly show up and be like, yes, I'm the long-lost wizard Odie the Orange. No one's going to take you seriously. They're going to be like, that's a Hobbit that's been in his cup for far too long. Some people made very in-depth characters and came up with like a career for them, like reporter hobbits trying to find out the tough questions in the Shire.
You may be happy to know, or unhappy to know, that the hobbits of the Brandywine Festival have decided that the middle is the best part
Here.
But also, a lot of people just made hobbits that were very similar to themselves. Like, for example, I was Oliver Overstep, a hobbit who was currently in between trades at the moment because they continue to travel all over the Shire because they keep on seeing what other people are doing and going, that's cool, I want to learn how to do that. Like, you really do not have to overthink it. Like, for example, the first day that I got there, I went, I need to figure out where my hobbit's from. So I looked at a map, found a town that I could remember the name of. What farthing is it in? The South Farthing, which was very funny because from then on out, I became very avid in my support for the South Farthing in all the games. Let's go south. South, I don't know which way the S goes. Now, some of you may be wondering, oh, if you have to dress up like a hobbit, does that mean you have to like have prosthetic feet and ears and not allowed to wear shoes? And luckily, the answer to that is no. Mostly you just have to dress in the style of a hobbit. You're allowed to wear shoes, one, because like safety, we don't actually have those hobbit calluses to be walking around barefoot outside all the time. Just everything about this event in general made it so beginner friendly to people who have never done like a roleplay event like this before, and even having some workshops on the first day to like kind of help get people in the mindset of it. With a few faces that you'll probably recognize if you're familiar with the Skill Tree channel here on YouTube.
So I think a good place to start, and a good example that all of you guys have probably done before, it's real life.
You know when you put on, I don't know, for developers out there, when you put on a nice suit, or ladies, you put on a nice dress or something, and you go somewhere, you have that feeling already like, okay, you know what I mean?
Like, I'm my professional self.
Yeah, it changes how you walk, changes how you talk, how you interact with the world. The kind of person you're presenting to the world depending on where you're at. That's LARP. One of the things to remember is a lot of people, that's why we're here. We want to be LARPs. We want to forget about that other stuff, right? So as much as possible, don't want to break characters.
Which, to be honest, even though I've been to events like this before, I have never been to such a roleplay heavy event. And truly, I really, really enjoyed it. I think that's also because they set the tone so well from the beginning of just stating like, you should be in character the whole time. And this is also one of the reasons that I feel like this is such a good beginner LARP. Because one, hobbits just in general are very funny, silly characters who love food, that are super friendly.
Show me your bugs.
Throw all around me house. I've thrown many bugs. Yellow bumblebee, stag beetle.
Dude, that's me, dude. I'm built
That's
exactly
you!
like that.
I drew Mossy!
Do the same pose.
Also for the fact that this is a no combat LARP. There's no kingdoms or guilds or politics that you have to learn or remember to be able to like participate in the events. We're just a bunch of happy hobbits. One thing that I really enjoyed that this event did was instead of being like, okay, the game has started now you're all in characters, what they did instead is that they made a little hiking path where we would be traveling through the woods with a group of other hobbits. And what this did is it helped us kind of get into the mindset of, okay, we have been traveling across the Shire and we are just about to get to the festival. Not only was this a nice immersive transition, but also some of the hobbits that I met on this walk became some of my friends for the rest of the festival.
There we go. Not mess up. Oh, how many seconds?
30 seconds!
30 seconds. You gotta count already.
15, 16,
It's a lot of pressure.
18, 19, 20, 29, 30!
This hike is also optional. You don't have to do it because it is a little bit of a more physically intense hike. So like if you don't want to go on that, you don't have to.
I'm short enough, I don't need to bend.
But another intention of this hike was to introduce one of the main storylines that would be going on during the festival. Because as we were following the path, we had accidentally stumbled upon a camp of ruffian big folk.
What is wrong with you? Go in there. Go and pray. Get out of here.
I absolutely love this because then when we ended up getting back to the festival and we were talking to other hobbits, we had something that we could talk about in character to be like, oh my goodness, you'll never believe who we saw in the path. And some other hobbits you would tell this to would be like, no, that's impossible. There would never be big folk this close by. And other hobbits you would talk to would be like, yes, we also saw them. We actually fought 300 of them. And like these rumors would just kind of spread and give us like some hobbit gossip to talk about right off the bat.
More Farthing's games now posted on the main stage.
So the farthing games were one of the center points of the events, where you could compete for your farthing, either the north, south, west, or east farthing. Personally, I love these games so much because that is also one of the quickest ways to like bring people together is to just give them some friendly competition to like banter between and also to compete for the glory of their farthing, which for me, like I mentioned earlier, was the south farthing.
South. Might be south, but we're still on top. Come on.
I do have to give a big shout out to Clever and Maddie because they ended up taking on the role of the game masters and like putting on all of these games, and they were so much fun. These games were very simple and they were very Hobbit themed, like the potato toss, which doesn't sound like it would be super hard, but I tell you, you try throwing a potato in a bag on the ground, it's really hard.
I have to love him. It's an old line.
I will say, out of all my attempts, I was only able to get one single potato in the bag, but that point helped us win. Most impressive thing I think I've ever done at a LARP. I've never been good at combat, I've never had glory on the battlefield, but when I got that tater in that bag, I imagine that's what it probably felt like.
We're so talented!
It genuinely made me feel like a kid at like field day at school again, and it was so fun because it was like a tug of war, three-legged race, potato bag race.
They gave you Hobbit-sized potato sacks, huh? Oh, yes.
Well, if they were Hobbit-sized, they would fit.
Yeah. Are you sure you're not tall, man?
Though they did take the games very seriously. Like, if you tried to cross the potato field while the game was going on, you were getting chased down with mallets.
No! Do not get on my field!
Guys are at stake. You're gonna have to deal with it.
Scatter!
And for the Hobbits that would like to share their talents, there was a talent show as one of the games as well.
We were out hunting one morning in the spring. Ride on, my gallant huntsman, and if only the devil himself come by, we run him such a ring.
While you are at this festival, it is in fact a camping event. There are two options for campsites. There is the option of the Hamlet, which is an out-of-game modern camping area, and then there was the in-game camping area called the Village, and all of the tents and supplies here need to look like that they fit into the Shire.
Many people brought their own tents. However, if you don't have one or is someone who is traveling very far away, like me, they also do have some tents available for rental as well.
And oh my goodness, so many hobbits went all out with bringing decorations to decorate their campsites. Like, they were so adorable. Like, people made custom signs for their hobbit burrow on them, and it kind of like told a story about what kind of hobbits they were. A lot of hobbits got together before the event on the Discord and decided like, hey, we're all going to be tenting together, and it just made the cozy atmosphere. Hobbits would be outside cooking meals and like constantly offering up food to people. Like, oh my goodness, I kid you not, anytime that I would stop for like a second in the village to like talk to someone, hobbits would just constantly be coming up and being like, oh, here, I have an extra cookie, would you like one? I have these extra mini pumpkin pies, here you go. Someone literally just like put an entire slice of onion pie directly into my hands. Truly living that hobbit lifestyle. There was hobbits who brought instruments to play to add a little bit of music to the atmosphere. Oh, speaking of music, every night at the party tree they had a live band playing, and all of the songs really matched the theme of the event perfectly. When I first heard about this event, one of my first questions was, will there be Hobbit dance circles? And oh boy, were there Hobbit dance circles. Before the event started, they had a bunch of workshops where they taught people the steps to dances so everyone could join in on these group dances. I absolutely love this. I want more LARPs to do this because it's a lot easier to get people up and dancing if, you know, we actually know what to do. There's a reason that we like the cha-cha slide, all right? The level of these dances kind of range from pretty simple of go around in a circle and then go in and kick and then do that again, to some being a little bit more complicated where you're constantly having to count and then switch partners and keep track of like who you're supposed to be swirling with at what moment. That is one bit of feedback that I would have for next year, is them having more classes going on throughout the entire event, because some of these dances would be going on and you'd be like, I want to join in, but I missed that class because, you know, I was like setting up my tent, so it's kind of intimidating. I don't want to mess anything up. Though many hobbits were willing to teach you on the spot, it would be nice to have just a few more opportunities to learn the dances throughout the week. In the in-game area, they tried their best to make everything feel as on-themed as possible. From the food trucks all offering a very themed menu, they did have a little marketplace there where all the vendors were also in character as well, which I thought was like so sweet. Like one of the vendors were selling these really cool lanterns, but they didn't necessarily look like they would be from the Shire. So they were like, yes, these are some dwarven lanterns from like the Blue Mountains, which just made it all the more fun. I believe it was one of the vendors who was there selling their paintings that also hosted some group Hobbit figure drawing sessions as well that looked like a ton of fun.
Oh, what's going on?
Also, during the events, they actually started to add more and more decorations that were being put up with the help of your fellow hobbits. One of which being the bunching that Hazariel worked very, very hard to get all set up. Now, is it possible that these decorations were supposed to be set beforehand, but because of the rain and a bunch of other stuff, it didn't have time? Perhaps. But I guess that's the beauty of LARP. You can take any task, and as long as you give a reward for doing it, suddenly that is a cool, immersive thing that you got to do. Even if it was just putting some hobbits to manual labor.
Now, before I get into the more adventurous tales of the story, like stealing from bandits, fighting off giant spiders, or discovering mysterious elven voices, in true Hobbit-y fashion, I'm going to talk about food for a little bit longer, because the sponsor of today's video is Green Chef. That is the side with the name on it, right? Yeah, cool. Green Chef. Green Chef is a meal kit all about clean eating. With a menu of over 80 plus weekly meals to choose from, all using farmers market quality organic produce, which are then delivered directly to you, are apportioned, making it easy to cook into quick, healthy, delicious meals. Today I will be making Dijon walnut organic chicken and potatoes with sauteed apples and green beans. Sounds fancy, but with the easy step-by-step instructions, it makes cooking this meal easy and stress-free. I, for one, have never been good at meal planning or prepping. I mean, the amount of times that I've gone to the grocery store and said, you know what, I'm going to be responsible, I'm going to get some veggies, so I'll actually eat them, and I'll be eating healthy. And almost every time, without fail, those carrots I picked up with absolutely no plan on what to do with them end up going bad and into the trash. Compared to Green Chef, where it just tells me how to make a good meal with it. If you find yourself in the same situation, well, Green Chef might just be for you. Overall, very high rating for this meal because 1, tasty, 2, simple to cook, 3, very little dishes and cleanup. I love the apples and the green beans. Like, I freaking love apples, and it would never occur to me to just be able to like cook it into other food to like get that flavor. Head to greenchef.com or click the link below and use code 50JustLess to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Green Chef box. Plus 20% off for 2 months. That's code 50JustLess at greenchef.com to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first Green Chef box plus 20% off 2 months. Code 50JustLess at greenchef.com. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm probably going to go finish this by turning on a YouTube video. Now, as fun as it is to just chill and hang out and vibe as a hobbit, one of the biggest draws of this event is the fact that they have multiple storylines going on. For example, there was a time where I was just walking along and I saw a group of hobbits walking by and I asked where they were going, to which they said they were about to go out and do a little search party because it was rumored that the Shire Crier had gone missing during the night. Until in the distance we could vaguely hear yelling from the ruffians that we saw earlier, which we all got down to hide to not get caught. That was until we started to hear some more cries for help.
And it was at that point that I remember hearing one hobbit go, "They can't stop all of us." And my gosh, it was a sight to behold, a bunch of hobbits just screaming and running over this hill at this group of bandits. So the information that we end up getting from this let us know that there was also signs of giant spiders near this festival as well.
A spider big enough to grab a big folk.
It's the biggest spider I've ever seen.
Is it like that big?
No!
As big as a tent.
Cool story moments like this were actually led by non-player characters, or NPCs.
We had some friendly hobbits come and reinforce us, which was very helpful.
Now, anyone is allowed to interact with these characters. It's actually a ton of fun because they'll improv and banter back with you, but they are kind of there meant to be the driving force to move the main story plot along.
The Rangers.
They were indeed rangers. They looked like rangers, of course. Don't you know what a ranger looks like?
In the Shire.
Oh, you guys haven't been outside the Shire very often, have you? Of
course not. This is where we are.
Now, one of my favorite story moments that they ended up doing during the festival was a trial between Lobelia Sackville Baggins and the postmaster, Birdie.
Order in the court. Order.
I'd like to start with the notion of bag end. All right, it is the common denominator of all this. Now, does bag end truly belong to Lobelia? Here's my thing. Is it not by the law, by the proper station of hobbits, that I think is accordance to Lobelia Sackville Baggins that gives her the estate and the treasure?
Now, while the main plot of this trial was kind of being played out by the NPCs, hobbits were invited to be on a jury and to also interact and be a part of this moment as well.
Well, tell us what the item is, because it is personal and you are entitled to that. But can you tell us if it is something that is included in the deed, or something that was part of the exclusionary cost, like the movable furniture and the personal items?
Is it bigger than a bread box?
But I do not count it as furniture.
There were so many story events that were happening during this festival that more than likely you were not going to have a chance to be a part of them all. Also made it really fun because some of these story moments you would have to hear like down the grapevine from like other hobbits.
So we discovered that the dwarven merchant had been attacked by the brigands, and then some other hobbits went to go follow the ruffians, who had disappeared into the woods, which is where we found the group of rangers who gave us money to just go away.
He told us that they ran off with some.
I felt like I was in the loop for most of it, and then like on the last day someone would be like, oh, there's about to finish the plot where like the onion farmer secretly married the seamstress sister and they're about to confront each other, and I'm like, what happened?
Well, I'm sure that you have all heard of the ruffian big folk.
Oh, yes.
Well, many hobbits have been venturing into there and sneaking around and returning the goods that were rightfully to that dwarven fellow that has it.
Get out of here! What? No! Get out of here! Don't take no flowers!
Well, we were one of the last expedition groups to go and sneak in there, so we decided why not fully run them off. So while we were there, we decided to just take all their tents with us. We took their tents over. We had one group go off and make a big ruckus, and all of the bandits followed, and then all of us just picked everything. We even took out their trash because they are not dirtying our land. So from now on, there shall be no more big boat, hopefully, in our land. Other than the kind rangers who have been helping us with the fire. Yeah.
What I do like is that even though they kind of added all of these more like dangerous things in the woods, all the issues ended up being solved in like a very hobbity way. Like, yes, some rangers did come to help finish off the last of the spiders, but they needed the hobbits' help to make a mix of herbs that would stun the spider, which ended up being a bunch of flowers that we basically made into a bomb. So a flower bomb.
Did you bring a bomb?
I got the F-bomb!
Bring it down! Get down! Get down! Get down! Get down! Get down!
Though not everything that we found in the woods was dangerous, because we did find a few friendly faces when we went to go investigate some mysterious singing in the woods.
Michael Vanny, little ones.
We are making our way west. Now, gentle heart.
I will say one of the absolute highlights of this event truly was just the community that it brought together. There were so many things that the community did, like they planned a whole lantern parade, and they also planned a night market where everyone would bring goods and they would trade and barter with each other. Like, it's no surprise when you plan an event that is all about playing a bunch of kind, friendly hobbits that you're going to get so many kind, amazing people at one event. And since this was such a laid-back event, in our downtime, you really just got the chance to talk and get to know these people. Because instead of being inside on your phone, you would just kind of make a picnic out of nowhere. Like, you would have downtime for 5 minutes and suddenly there was just a picnic in front of you. Even when things went wrong, story moments got delayed, games got canceled, and stuff got all shifted around, which, you know, this was a first-year event. Like, there was definitely some logistical issues that did come up. Not only was the staff and volunteers very dedicated to fixing it, but then also the community in general was just very good sports about it. And as cool as the spectacle was to go out on these little adventures to fight bandits and spiders, so many of my favorite parts of this event were just the little moments getting to know my fellow hobbits.
Fellow hobbits!
Yes! Yes!
This is my first trip to the Brandywine. Some new friends, some old friends. Some friends will be friends for a lifetime. It's been a hell of a time. And a South Farthing Hobbit, a burrows nonetheless. Do not have a finer time than with hobbits like yourselves. So raise a glass to the Brandywine Festival. Cheers, my friends!
Cheers, cheers!
Salutations!
And just coming up with the most stupidest inside jokes around the campfire.
And then we have the recliner, the Spider-Man. Is that the Spider-Man? Potato, perhaps.
Was so amazing. And they closed out the festival in such a memorable way, because after the closing ceremony where they announced who won the Farthing's games, which unfortunately was not the South Farthing, but the East Farthing, which I guess good for them. They treated us with one last hurrah and one last surprise to close out the night.
Moments, I had a whole thing that I had written down. Then I began kind of just weaving in between all of you, dancing and talking with each other, hearing snippets of conversation, and that's really what is important. You all made this just the most incredible time. And until next year, thank you for coming to the Brandywine Festival.
I'm so excited to see what they do next year. From the little bit that I've seen behind the scenes, I can tell you that their team is so dedicated to making this the best event possible, to fix any issues that came up this year. The tickets for next year have just now gone on sale, and I am so excited because next year it's actually going to be falling on my birthday, so I'm going to have a Hobbit birthday. Let's go! So if you'd like to join the fun and be a Hobbit next year, I will have my link in the description where you can get tickets. And it was so awesome to be able to meet all the other incredible creators there as well. Everyone was so sweet. So please do go check out their channels for their stories of Brandywine as well. If you so happen to stumble upon this video and enjoyed it, please do consider subscribing or checking out some of my other little LARP adventures as well. As always, I hope that you enjoyed this video, and I will see y'all in the next one. Bye!
Indeed, thank you very much. It's good to see you. Not a rabble-rouse. I've never rabbled-a-rouser in my day, all right? Now listen.
The perfect time.
It's savory.
Thank you.
Do we have to get the lawyer back out here? We're going to have to air our grievances.
Where's Penelope? Listen, I will fight that. Did you steal that from the big folk? Is that what they call a pint? Is that the spider? The spider! Throw the bomb! That's a dragon!
play the fiddles. They are beautiful. I love
You look terrifying right now.
The character I wanted to play was a bird watcher who is horrible at bird watching. I take you guys on tours, and we just be looking in random directions, like, oh, you see that one there? And you're all like, no. No real binoculars. You just see this. Looks better, you know?
Someone calls behind you. Oh, that's a rock wobbler.
He is one of the rangers.
The one that was wrapped in the web.
Yes.
The web. He got attacked by the spider.
The one who escaped from the web.
Oh my God! So
Yes. Oh, look at that lovely bunting there.
Look at that person putting the bunting up. It reminds me.
Oh, beautiful. Can I say best drawing in this book?